Usamos estampillas. Close to that.
You are now tuned in to your number one radio station.
Violent people!
Radio.
Welcome to Violent People Radio, episode 96. I am Dan Rice. I am joined, as always, by Orchid. Orchid, how's it going?
Pretty good. I'm in the middle of using a humidifier, so pardon it if I sound snotty.
Hell yeah. We have Pat returning. Pat, how's it going?
All right, I got to clear some stuff up from last week. So first
shit.
off, question for Pat. What music have you been listening to this week? Lots of Boards of Canada because I'm excited about the new thing. I also listened to Tokicha's album, Amor y Droga. Overall, not very good, which was disappointing because Miami was the song that I played the most last year. Question for Pat. Did you watch the videos of 9 Inch Noise at Coachella? I did not, but I listened to the album. It's good, but like the EDM style glitchy stuff, I'm kind of at my limit for that. Very good example of it, but still didn't move me like the originals do. Question for Pat. What would be the most appropriate cake to gift to Nine Inch Nails? That's a New Orleans King cake. And question for Pat. Fan cast the members of this podcast as SpongeBob characters. Obviously, I'm Patrick Starr. Everyone else is Plankton. Okay.
All right, we just rocketed through that. So, Chris, welcome back as well.
Hello.
This episode, I believe, is the Oops All Coffee episode. So just fucking get into it. What's going on with coffee?
All right, so first of all, I will not talk about any wrestling I've watched. I swore
Thank God.
to my friend Pat that if the legend Saraya, aka Paige, came back to WWE, that would be the only wrestling I give any thought in my brain to. I don't give a shit about Blue Panther versus Ultimo Guerrero. I don't give a shit that Chris Hero came back or whatever the fuck. I give a shit that Paige came back and tagged with Brie Bella and won the tag titles, but I'm not even going to talk about that. Because everyone's asking me, Chris, you're a world-renowned barista. What do you think about wrestlers with premium coffee companies like Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, who are going to launch to the public their coffee in the next week? What if I told you I have tasted one of their coffees already?
That's a Violent People scoop.
That's a Violent My People God. scoop. At my job, if you didn't know, I am a barista. I work in coffee.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm not a bartender, as many people assume, because I'm also an alcoholic.
Wait, what?
Pat, I'm thrilled that I can educate you on many of my finer points of my personal life, but before I can do that, before I can talk about myself as a professional, they're like, Chris, do you have coworkers who brought back the Seth Rollins coffee and gave it to you 5 days before it was available to the public for you to taste? And to that I say, yes, I did.
Is that now? Did you get that because out of everybody in your coffee shop, you are the one ranking Seth Rollins the highest on your GWB ballot?
No.
Mm.
I went to a cupping, which is just what we in the business call a coffee tasting. Usually it's with we just all tried coffees that my own company is launching, but there was a massive coffee expo in the last month that I had coworkers who brought coffee from all over the world to do this tasting, and I got paid to try like 8 different coffees from as near as Chicago, as far as the Netherlands. And one of them, they were just like casually, yeah. So there's this new coffee brand called Amo. It is spelled, and it is owned by 2 wrestlers. No one else in the room of about 20 people really cared about wrestlers. I was the one who asked who those wrestlers are, and I was given the answer, I don't really know. And it is Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch.
Beautiful.
But yeah, it is a big like specialty coffee expo that happened in the past few weeks, and Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch's coffee was there. I don't know if Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch were there themselves. I feel like they were probably at other events advertising WrestleMania, but they could have been there. I don't know. My coworkers certainly didn't, but they have some like cute packaging with like ring ropes that's fun to snap on the box.
So I got to ask, I'm reading the people.com exclusive about Ammo Coffee. Did you which flavors did you try?
So
Because we got watermelon candy, tropic passion,
What the fuck?
shortbread cookie, chocolate strawberry, fruit punch.
So I am shocked to learn that there is a watermelon candy flavor, because we tried fruit punch and that just tastes like watermelon. There's other flavor notes in it, but the big one is watermelon. And like I've tasted a lot of like specialty coffee that with flavor notes that really taste fruity. I have never tasted anything that tastes so fruity as the Seth Rollins coffee tastes like watermelon.
You mean fruity like gay, right?
Yeah, I do. I mean, gay derogatory, specifically gay derogatory.
Gay as in stupid, yeah.
Gay as in stupid, not gay as in complimentary. I am constantly complimenting gay things, but Seth Rollins gay derogatory with his watermelon coffee.
All right,
I
we got
don't-
our clip for YouTube Shorts.
I don't want watermelon coffee.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm just coming out and saying it.
So I like I like a light roast coffee that tastes a little bit fruity. Like some of my favorite coffees are in that mold. It's just like too much watermelon forward flavor. It just like I was shocked it was not a co-ferment, which means like the coffee is fermented with actual watermelons to give it more watermelon flavor. I was shocked that it's not that. It is just like a semi-natural process, which is going to mean nothing to 99.99% of the audience. But it is very overwhelming. I feel like if you are in my same boat of looking for specialty coffee that is like fruit forward, you will also be like weirded out by how like sweet this is, like almost sickeningly so. Like they definitely found a high quality farm and bean that produced this flavor, but it's just strange. Uh, I'm like in awe of it, and it's like I don't know how much they're retailing for. I saw on the box something like 30 something dollars, which was their price at an expo show before they officially went public. So I don't know how much they'll actually charge for this. Uh, but like, would I drink a cup of the Seth Rollins Becky Lynch fruit punch coffee? Yes. Would I buy a bag and make it for myself, like casually? I I would not. They're like bold flavored coffees that aren't as overwhelming, that will cost cheaper than it will cost to buy the fancy wrestling ring box of AMO coffee. And this is nothing to say uh, anything about Seth Rollins of a worker. I think he's dog shit in the ring. I did not take that into account of my unbiased coffee tasting. Um, because I do respect him way more as a coffee producer than a wrestler already.
Do you think that his coffee would do well in a marketplace like your coffee shop? Do you think your customers would come back for seconds on it?
I would definitely have customers that came back for it. Uh, like at the tasting in general, people seemed split on the Seth Rollins coffee. Uh, some people thought it was the best coffee available. Others thought it was the worst. Um, I think it will definitely have an appeal to some people, especially if you are looking for something. We in the business call it a fruit bomb, that like is a light roast that just has very fruity forward flavors that just hit you right away. Um, I think it will do well. I don't know how many wrestling fans who are following Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins are looking for uh high quality coffee that tastes like a juice box.
I feel like they're looking for white monster cans.
I would say the same, but who knows?
Aren't the white ones the ones 0 sugar, 0 calories?
Yes.
Probably. I just remember the ones like all the worst people on the planet seem to jump for the white ones.
Mm. Nice. I'm in the clear.
Orchid, what's your favorite monster?
I mean, I love the original, plain recipe. But I've been enjoying a Voodoo Grape. That's the new juice one. It's pretty
Okay.
solid.
I
Yeah,
haven't tried that one yet.
it's pretty fucking gross. But if you like the
Hell
pipeline
yeah.
punch, yeah, if you like
I
the
do love
pipeline punch,
pipeline punch.
right up your alley. Then right up your alley.
Do we think that this will mess with any future endorsement deals between Seth Rollins and C4?
No, absolutely not.
I remember there was a period where every time I watched anything on YouTube before the video, it showed me a 3-second long ad of Seth Rollins opening a fridge and like yelling into it. And it just made me want to just fucking throw my computer into a lake.
when when I walked out of SummerSlam that year, it was in Detroit, however many years ago it was, 2, 3. They were fucking begging you to take cans of that C4. They gave me like 5 cans of C4.
I'm gonna be honest. The fake Skittles or Starburst or whatever it is flavor of C4, not bad.
Yeah, it honestly isn't bad. But I like they really wanted me to have the Seth Rollins cans of C4 going out of that arena after watching a dog shit Roman Reigns main event.
You talking about Tribal Combat?
Yeah, the worst match I've ever seen live.
Huh. Oof.
Wasn't Tribal Combat the MLW thing where the guys were
Oh,
sitting on the
shit.
thrones?
It might have been. It might have been, but Roman J was something.
I think that was Tribal Combat. I think it
Okay.
was.
I think I shouldn't have doubted myself. Now,
Well, then what the fuck was the MLW thing called?
I gotta get back to coffee talk real fast here. This was months ago. I forgot to tell you. I wanted to save it for the pod. You asked what kind of espresso maker I use. I use a Mr. Coffee. It was $50, and I use Starbucks dark roast beans in it.
I'm sorry.
I'm a real connoisseur, is what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm glad that it took this long to talk about coffee, because when we initially talked about talking about coffee, I was very worried that Chris would lose all respect for me. But nothing I say will be worse than what you just said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I mean, nothing you ever say will be worse than anything I ever say. Ritual Combat is what you're thinking of, Pat.
I apologize to MLW.
That was Alex Kane versus AJ Francis. And that match, pretty fucking good.
I seem to remember it being a big point of contention on this podcast
About whether it was match of the year or runner up to match of the year.
about whether it was like match of the year or match of the decade. I think.
Yeah, I think that's what we were. You know, it's funny. I didn't even think about AJ Francis for GWE.
I'm pretty
Damn.
sure he's nominated.
He might be. There's so many fucking people nominated.
There's some crazy names that are nominated.
Okay, I say this as someone who loves Hyper Misao, but like Hyper Misao in the GWE when like half of DDT's weird old comedy guys aren't is just mind-boggling.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I confirmed it the other night. Taguchi is not nominated, right?
I don't remember saying. I actually have to go. I have to go on the server and ask Grimace if I can like pull my ballot and redo it, because there were some names I forgot that I could live with forgetting. Like I forgot Sid, which it's kind of like, okay, sorry Sid, but I also forgot Sean Waltman, and that I have
Ooh.
to fix.
Yeah,
Like,
you
Sean
cannot-
Waltman has to be on the GWE ballot.
As someone who I won't vote him number one because my brain won't
Oh yeah,
allow
I'm
it.
not voting. I'm not voting X-Pac number 1, but like number 3, number 4.
I love as someone who is going to vote Sean Waltman very high, you've got to vote Sean Waltman.
Yeah, I mean, he invented the fucking Bronco Buster. He revolutionized in-ring.
How high is very high, Chris?
Top 35.
All right, cool. Great. Glad to hear it.
I love the 1-2-3 kid.
I think anyone who loves junior heavyweight wrestling who doesn't have Sean Waltman on their ballot is a fucking psychopath. I mean, beyond just the fact that most of the voters in this, I think, are psychopaths, just in general.
Fully agree, Pat. Maybe he doesn't have the consistency. If you just in a vacuum look at every match he did, as was this a 3-star or 4-star match? He's not going to end as highly as many of your greats, like your Rays or your Eddies or your Taka Michinoku's. But Sean Waltman, even when he's with a guy who he's not going to have a good match with, he just understands the ebbs and flows of a match, which is why the concept of X-Pac Heat has always been just one of the dumbest fucking theories in history.
I've
Because
spent the past week trying to remember. You remember X Factor?
yeah,
And they
Oh,
had the
yeah.
Uncle Cracker song,
The
and it
best theme
started with,
song?
"Yo, you dealing with the X Factor." And in high school,
Uncle Cracker from Detroit.
a friend of mine used to have like a parody version of this, and I've been trying to remember the lyrics he did, but it started something like, "I want to get a little penis up in me." And I'm trying to remember the second line, and it's been killing me for like a week.
The first line's good enough.
Have you ever have you ever seen that thing? It was from like a decade ago on HBO. It's like Chris Rock, Jerry Seinfeld, Louis C.K., and
Nope.
Ricky Gervais all
And
sitting around talking.
and everyone's saying the N-word.
Oh, they're all saying the N-word so much, and they're all good guys. But Ricky Gervais, or one of them tries to, or I think Louis tells a story about hearing a comedian sing the song "Sitting on a Cock 'Cause I'm Gay," and Ricky Gervais is like, "We don't all find that funny. We're being ironic," and the other three are like, "No, that's really, really funny."
And they're right. I mean, I'm shocked that Wrestling is Gross has not played that as interlude music.
They they were all like
Sitting
Ricky Gervais
on
is
a
like,
cock 'cause I'm gay.
but we're joking," and then Chris Rock is like, "No, that's fucking funny." And then yeah, Ricky and Louis say the N-word. It's a good time.
Yeah, that's all I remember whenever anyone brings that up is like all of them talking about the N-word.
And we all thought that's probably the worst thing Louis did that week. And we were wrong.
We're just glad that the cameras kept him from the waist up.
Oh my God. All right. Do you guys want to talk about um canceled comedians, coffee, or wrestling?
Canceled
talk about-
comedians in the ring drinking coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, that's that's maybe a new web series.
Episode title right there.
Canceled comedians getting
Episode
coffee
1,
on the
Sami
canvas.
Zayn.
Oh man, I thought that guy that worked for that company was so woke.
Wrong.
Ugh, I'm disappointed. All right. Pat, I feel like you have had to watch at least one GCW match though.
No,
Not a single GCW match.
I watched 3 matches across the 2 nights of WrestleMania.
Let's hear
I
it.
guess 3.5 because I was kind of in and out on the main event. And otherwise it was lots of like, okay, I'll get to that when I have time, and I just never had time. I was, doing stuff like working till 7 p.m., then coming home and falling asleep. Obviously I watched the return of Violent People, Wrestling Observer, and fucking Basketball Hall of Famer Paige. She tore the house down in a really shitty match. Anyone who wants to see how to not be a professional wrestler should just look at Lash Legend. I don't know. It's like I watched the 3 big like women's. Actually, I didn't even watch all the women's matches. I fucking skipped the Becky and AJ one. But I watched the title matches, and I watched the tag title match, and I don't remember a thing about any of them. I wanted Jade versus Rhea to be a mess, and it wasn't. It was just kind of there. It was all 3 of them were like bouncing around that 1.5 to 2 star zone of, well, it's not so bad that I remember it for being bad, and it's not good enough for me to remember it for being good. The Punk versus Roman, I watched a little bit of that and just kind of zoned out and clicked out of Bake.live.
This is I didn't watch that bullshit, but this is a pro Meltzer crowd, so I can read this tweet. Let me find it real quick. Because the guy still's got it. Here it is. Here it is. Someone says, "Dave, Punk Roman better get a 5-star or higher, or we boycotting your podcast. Whether it does," he quotes it, "whether it does or doesn't, I sincerely hope you boycott the podcast."
He's been fucking Conrad up all day. It's been awesome.
I genuinely don't get how people can not like this guy.
He used camel caps to make fun of somebody in a tweet yesterday. That was fucking beautiful. Couldn't get over that.
He's tweeted so much. because I tried to find that tweet like as Pat was talking, and I realized I couldn't scroll. I had to search for it because there's just so much just in the last 24 hours, even.
I always assume that when he's tweeting a lot, it's because he's both putting off the Observer and hanging out with his family.
Oh man. All right. Well, Chris, you've been gone for 2 weeks and have watched mountains of wrestling. Right? Or not.
Hmm?
There's no way.
I heard the words mountains of wrestling and then like nothing else until Dan was like, or maybe not.
Well, I thought Chris had watched mountains of wrestling, but he is
He's
not.
on
So
mute. He's on mute.
he's on mute. Oh, she's just fucking drinking watermelon coffee.
Drinking some Amo coffee.
Yeah. All right,
Some
Orchid, I'll
fucking
try you. Have
Starburst
you
coffee.
watched any wrestling, which theoretically this podcast is a little bit about?
Yeah, I did. I'm really bummed to hear that Pat didn't watch any GWE, GCW. Because now I feel
Let's
almost.
be honest. Those are the same thing.
I couldn't agree more. I almost feel cold to talk about a lot of the GCW that I watched, but I don't. So I'm not going to. I'm going to focus on 2 shows that I watched. I did the Seedling jump up from 4 to 17, which folks in the Discord were, I don't know about folks, but a couple folks in the Discord were raving about. Good show. Enjoyed it. I liked Syuri versus Mira Koga. Anytime I watch Syuri outside of Stardom, I'm convinced she's a good wrestler. When I watch her in Stardom, I'm convinced she's not a good wrestler. So obviously she should hop over to Marigold as soon as possible. The main event of that show was Hiroyo Matsu. I promised myself I was going to do better pronouncing some of these names, but here I go
You
again.
just call her Sexy Godzilla.
Yeah, Sexy Godzilla.
You say Sexy Godzilla, everyone knows who you mean, and if they don't know, now they do.
Sexy Godzilla versus Sexy Godzilla. No, it was Hiroyo Matsumoto versus Ayami Sasumura.
I'm not kidding. That's her nickname.
I know.
Before anyone listening to this, because what am I talking about? Everyone who listens to this is a fucking Joshi freak anyway. So okay, never mind. You know Matsumoto is Sexy Godzilla. We all know that. Chris knows that.
Tanner knows that.
Tanner doesn't know shit.
He doesn't even know what a fucking cake is.
Man.
Okay, so we're getting into this. I went to my niece's birthday party and we had a JP Licks Oreo ice cream cake.
How old is your niece? I just got to get that out of the way. That's important.
They turned 3. It's twin girls.
Great. Glad to know.
They turned 3. That cake had cake on the edge of the cake, as a structural thing. Otherwise, solid ice cream. And some motherfucker is going to call that a cake. No, it was a plate of a wedge of ice cream.
I need to make it clear.
I agree.
I love ice cream cake. Delicious.
Love it.
Not a fucking cake. Not your favorite cake.
Yeah, no, that's like Charles on episode 1 who does shit say when they ask him his favorite food, he just says, just a normal sandwich.
Chris, do you want to weigh in on the great cake debate of 2026?
I do agree. Ice cream cake, delicious, not a cake.
Good. And Tanner won't be on the show again.
Never again.
Yeah, no.
Just don't have to worry about it.
The tangent that was just mentioned was regular sandwich. It does give me severe flashbacks to when I worked at a beer garden and we had 14 different craft beers on tap and people would just walk up and say, I want the regular beer. There's 14, there's not a regular beer. There's a lot of different styles of beer and
maybe they meant they wanted milk and sugar in it.
They did want milk and sugar.
They wanted a hot beer regular.
They wanted a beer black, but also with cream and sugar. Because people love ordering black coffee with cream and sugar.
That's
awesome.
Happens every day of my fucking life.
I'm gonna
That's
try that one now.
like that shit is why you shouldn't let kids play Roblox, because I feel like that's what that does to them.
Words have fucking meaning. Black coffee means there's nothing in it except the coffee. So if you like, I literally ask you if you want room for cream. But if you order a black coffee and then are just like, oh, can you pour some out? I want some cream in it. You ordered a black fucking coffee. God damn it. I'm sorry for trauma
I like the
dumping.
idea of walking up and ordering a coffee neat.
Coffee neat.
All right. Powering through to keep us somewhat focused. Yeah, enjoyed the main event of this match. Wouldn't say go out of your way to see it. I definitely liked Hiroyo's match against Mirai from earlier this year a lot more. But I leave these matches thinking that Matsumoto is just really solid, especially great at getting a lot out of younger workers. So I don't know if I'd recommend it, but good match. The one everybody was losing their mind over in the Discord and a few other places as well was Honori Hana and Unagi Sayaka versus Celine, Mizora, and Veni. I think some folks might have been overselling it a little bit. Still a really fucking cool match. You could leave this match thinking Honori Hana is one of the top baby faces in the world. You'd be wrong, but there are some moments in here where she just looks absolutely solid. Really good heel work from Veni as well. Probably the best work I've seen her do since the Sorry series last year. Just want to make sure I got that word out, that phrase out without fucking it up. And the highlight really is just Hana's blade job. Very exceptional. Really does a good job like making the most out of it. There's one series in which Celine is hitting her head against the turnbuckle, and Honori takes Celine, and slams her against the turnbuckle exactly where like her blood is splattered all over the turnbuckle, and then just proceeds to hit her own head against her own blood, which was really pretty fucking cool. I think I was really gassed on this show by the way that some folks were responding to it. I definitely don't think it's going to be like show of the year or anything of that nature, but I'm definitely glad I watched it. Enjoyable. Probably the best show that I watched this week. The other thing I watched and I enjoyed was the Shin Yoki Produce Show from Monday on 420.
I watched that too.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, well, I'll let you cover it and then pop in and talk about certain things when we get to them. No offense to Kendo Kashin, but that match, the main event, was just decidedly not for me. But yep, enjoyable show. I don't know if I'd say go out of your way to watch anything besides the tag. Did enjoy it quite a bit, and then I did. I said I was going to do 2 shows. I'll talk about a third as well. I did watch Action once we gambled away the graphics budget right before we hopped in this call. Darian Bankston and Timothy Thatcher approached that match with love in my heart. Glad I did. Still not entirely sold on Bankston yet. Bankston. I don't know if I pronounced that any differently. I tried to pronounce it the second time with the E. But a great match. I'm just blown away by what Thatcher is able to get out of people. I really thought he did a great job keeping Bankston as grounded as he possibly could for it. Made his flashier stuff a little bit more impactful when it came a little bit later. Manderson, Paul Walker Hauser, probably the most Dan-coded match of all time. Did you see that one, Dan?
Yeah. Okay, that's funny. Yeah, I watched that show too. I was going to come on here and say maybe the worst Paul Walter Hauser match ever.
It might be, but they made it for you, and I appreciate that much.
I mean,
Important question. Are you putting that on Paul or are you putting that on Manders?
Well, listen, Manders the vet. He needs to fucking, keep it together. That's all I'm saying. But no, I did want to come on here and say I hated that because I think Paul Walter Hauser does have good performances, and this wasn't one of them. And it's gonna get the people that watch that came in the match already ready to hate it. Gonna give them more ammo. But yeah, that Thatcher Bankston match was good because of Thatcher. I mean, Bankston, I feel like he's exactly the same as he was when he, debuted 6-7 years ago, whenever it was. People say he seems like he has a lot of promise, and he just is fine.
Last time we talked about Bankston, somebody said they were a fan of him. Was that you, or am I imagining that? I might be completely imagining that. Maybe I'm imagining that.
I find him fine. I just think there's a lot of people that talk him up, and I don't think he has ever lived up to that or ever will. I thought this was a good match. I think I see Timothy Thatcher has similarly good matches against, you know, WWE ID folks.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good Thatcher match. I don't think Bengtson did anything to like really stick out
No.
in any real way, shape, or form. The main event, Carl Greco-Malenko versus Mad Dog Connolly. Second Carl Malenko match that I watched. Really enjoyed it. I think I liked the Mad Dog Slade match a bit more. I think I liked the Malenko Mako match a bit more, but it's WrestleMania week. You know, everyone seems completely fucking exhausted by the time Saturday rolls around. I think that was Saturday. No. That would have been Friday. But still, it's just, I mean, you're not, at this point when it comes to Mania week, I just feel like you're getting what you get at this point. Doesn't really seem like anybody's like really walking out the door trying to blow the roof off. But really solid 6-minute match. Definitely recommended if you enjoyed the Greco-Malenko Mako match. Maybe I do like it more. I do like it more. I'm taking that back. Really was shocked by how good Mad Dog's ground game was. That might be a me problem, but it just really stood out, especially in the early sequences. Really dope finish to it, which I don't want to give away. Great style makes the fight match, just generally speaking. I guess I did watch some GCW shows. Nothing really stood out too much outside of the main event of the New Japan one, the El Desperado Invitational. Just want to make sure I get everybody right on that. That would have been Nick Gage and Tremont versus Desperado and Jun Kasai versus Takeda and Rina Yamashita. I might have just been because I was just in a good mood post the podcast last week, but I just was really just moved generally by this match. I wouldn't say it's exceptional. You've definitely seen better matches from all of these folks, but it just to me felt good seeing Gage back. I was shocked by how like emotional I was seeing him in a GCW ring, considering I'm not somebody who has like a lot of Nick Gage matches under my belt or anything of that nature, but just really dope match. Not exactly what you're expecting to see in Mania Week. I think out of everything that I saw for Mania Week, probably the El Desperado show was my favorite. Ups and downs throughout the card, but that main event I thought it was just pretty solid, and it just 5 guys I think really high of just having opportunities to do some fun deathmatch gimmicky shit to each other. So yeah, that's about all I want to talk about. I unfortunately watched a lot more. I definitely
I have
enjoyed.
a question.
Yeah.
I have a question. Did you watch Effie versus Alley Catch?
I did not watch Effie vs. Alley Catch.
Okay, because that's the one where, based on what I've heard, that's the first on my catch-up list. I
Really?
gotta,
I need to
gotta
watch
fucking
that
see
match.
what the hell happened there.
All right. Well, I'll make that my homework for what's.
I mean, don't like no. It's going to be bad if you want to watch a piece of dog shit, by all means. But hearing the amount of hatred people had for it, I'm like, I gotta see, like what is like if people are just doing like, well, we've got a new worst match of the year locked in, like if they're just doing bits or if it actually earned it.
I had not seen any of that, but if that's what people are saying, I absolutely need to.
Yeah, it's like
watch
half
it.
an hour long too.
Well, people were
great.
losing their minds about it, and then there was Bix was on Blue Sky being like, "I don't know why the crowd's so dead for it."
Yeah,
God
it's
bless
like he's never
Bex.
seen a GCW show. The only way to get those people to make any noise whatsoever is basically to play Nick Gage's music.
Especially Media Week.
I do just want to go back to the comment about Mad Dog on the ground, because I know like a lot of our audience loves Mad Dog Connolly, and may also be surprised by like, oh, Mad Dog can kind of go on the mat. My first exposure to Mad Dog Connolly was on those like Paradigm Pro Indiana Enochiism shows that they were doing during like the peak of the pandemic.
With like the UWFI rules.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
only person having good matches on those shows was Mad Dog Connolly. who then like evolved into having like these like mostly working as a brawler gimmick, but he is like very good as like your traditional like technical wrestler. He's just kind of downplayed that in the past few years. But if you went back and watched those, I don't know why you would. But if you like wanted to make the Mad Dog Connolly GWE case or whatever, it would help you if you watch some of those Paradigm Pros and like, oh yeah, he's having like good 3-minute matches with Hardway Heater.
All right.
I think you're being a little too harsh on Paradigm, but I mean, if you had Dom there, I'm trying to come up with others. Oh, Lord Crew for sure. You know, the big dogs.
I
but yeah,
mean, a lot of wrestlers I like worked those matches, but they did not work well within the gimmick.
no, for sure. But they did have the thing that lots of shoot style has, and that is like the secret is that the matches are all between like 1 and 6 minutes long.
Yep.
So the shows are awesome because it's like, okay, I watched, 38 minutes of wrestling and I'm done. I also watched the action show. Not a whole lot more to say. Mance Warner, squashing Cruel is really funny. I really wish Mance Warner could throw a punch. It's been my beef with him for so long.
That match was so fucking funny.
And I mean, Cruel's not helping him out, but like it's just he's throwing these little punches, and I'm like, this is. I just remember when he was on AEW and I had that Moxley match. People were like, why doesn't he get signed? And I was like, maybe he looks like dog shit on TV. I
He
don't know.
sucks.
Yeah, like that could be it. He's funny. Seems like a great guy, and like he seems like he'd be a good wrestler. He's not, and that's that's fine, I guess. Yeah, I mean the people talk so much shit about Gresham in the six-way in this not this the six-man tag that I actually was like really dreading it. It ended up being fine. I mean,
Oh, I turned it off. I fucking
oh,
hated it.
it was too long. It's really long.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, I'm on Cage Match. It's almost twice as long as anything else in the show.
Man, it felt it. There was one
yeah.
moment too where he like the moment I turned it off is when he dug his nails into the fucking canvas when they were dragging his feet away. I was just like, what? I was like, what the fuck is this?
He's
I
another
might
one.
after that match. I may never watch another match from that guy ever again after that fucking match.
And I like Gresham, but like he's clearly done. Like what he's trying to do sucks, and it's almost like maybe just hang it up. I don't know. Malenko Mad Dog was the best match on the show. Bosby Danny Jones was pretty fun too. I also watched the Shinya Aoki show. I like Kendo Kashin more than the average person probably, but like sometimes you get what you get, and this was him in 2026, him for the last I don't know decade probably. And it sucks too because like the comedy stuff, Dino and Kawajiri did it better. We already had funnier matches. And then like the grappling, I already thought that the opening match was Junta Miyawaki versus Yu Yu Kuroku. Saying both those things wrong, but they do almost the exact or a very similar finish that the main event does.
Yeah,
but better.
Yep. Yeah, and in a third of the time.
And a third of the time, yeah, it's just such a weird choice where I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, and then like I said, the Kawajiri comedy match was really cool just because I don't think he's ever done pro wrestling. But that's immediately followed by
such a fun match. Pat, you have to watch that great Dino match there.
Oh yeah, it was very funny.
Yeah,
and like
it's fucking hilarious.
Kawajiri was fucking game.
He was.
That's the thing that I think there are a lot of people who like fans who are like, I hate seeing Dino, I hate his bit. And then you get like Shinya Aoki and like other, people like Jun Akiyama. They're like, hell yeah, let's go along. It's like Toru Yano, where
exactly.
Toru Yano's a night off.
Yeah.
And it gets you like flex different muscles, get the crowd, cheering for you without falling on your head.
Yeah, I feel like if you've ever watched a battle arts match and been like, I wish this was gayer, this is absolutely the match you need to watch. it fucking went.
And it is a thing where it's like, okay, this guy is, was a legit mixed martial artist, and he'll play ball. So it's like if you're gonna be in a Dino match, just actually do it. Because I was gonna say what sucks too is that immediately following that was the Cal Uno, Yuki Ueno versus T-Hawk and the Jiro guy. And this fucking sucked. This also went on forever. And like this 19 minute
minutes.
runtime does not include the 3 or 4 minute entrance.
Yep. Yeah.
And so it's like, oh, this is worse comedy and worse shoot style stuff. So this sucked. But so really on this show, I like the opener. I think if you like Abe, you'll think the Lindemann match is fine. I like the comedy match, and then the best match was the tag match. Manami and Hashimoto versus Siri Yamaoka and Yuka Yamazaki. Orchid, is Yuka Yamazaki really good?
Could be. Does she look good here?
She looked really good here.
Yeah, she
She's
looked great
like
there.
super young, right?
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
clicked on it. She's 19.
Yeah,
But I mean, she
yeah,
also,
it's-
I wouldn't say all of her stuff with Hashimoto looked good, but I'm like, that's kind of
that's
cheating.
the thing. Yeah. I mean, Hashimoto is another person who gets so much out of these younger kids. I mean, I feel the kind of same way. Like, I know a lot of people are really high on Seri. I'm nowhere near as high. But when you watch her against like Chihiro, you're like, this could be like the next Io fucking Sky.
Well, that
so
was
yeah,
what I opened up Cage Match, and it seemed like, well, one, I mean, spoiler, Yuka took the fall, and it seemed like Siri is more highly rated as the
Yeah.
rookie. But I thought Yuka looked better in this, but she also had more stuff with Hashimoto, I feel, or at least memorable stuff.
Yeah, her and Seri and Chihiro have done a bunch together, including a match in Marigold last year that was a highlight of that show.
But yeah, that tag match was real fun.
What do you think about Abe and El Lindemann?
What? I don't know. It was 8 minutes. It was fine. I mean, Abe is Abe, and sometimes I think he looks like one of the best in the world, and sometimes I think he looks like a stupid idiot. And I thought he looked like a stupid idiot here, and it's fine. And that's probably on me. But like, I'm like, this guy, I fucking hate. I kind of fucking hated it. I was like, I don't know. Like, El Lindemann looks like a world's better pro wrestler, so that's not a great sign. I watched a smattering of stuff from Mania weekend. I think someone earlier said they don't want to talk about fucking Blue Panther versus Ultimo Guerrero. I'm gonna talk about it anyway.
I mean, I cannot because I made an oath to Pat.
I respect it. That it's one of those things where I've seen these matches. I saw the hype. It's still fucking great. It was so fucking good. And I love it too because it's a fucking sprint, basically. And it's like, I just feel like it'd be all the fucking idiots being like, you need to work smarter, you know, you need to slow things down. Then you have collectively 115 years old, probably, Blue Panther and Ultimo Guerrero going a million miles a minute and tearing the house down. Oh, I like to give it up for canceled wrestlers. So I'm gonna let you guys know, Tessa Blanchard, if you ignore the middle 10 minutes of this 14-minute match, they look great. Really good opening, really good finish. There's 10 minutes in the middle there. You might want to look away. And the rest of the show, I mean, I saw people talk about the main event, but I mean, the rest of the show just felt like a, run-of-the-mill CMLL show where it was all good. It's almost like we've all seen CMLL be so good for so long at this point that it's like, yes, Mystico Templario versus Angel de Oro and Hechicero was good, but you're not going to remember it in July. So
yeah, it was like most of that show was, if I could talk about the show, it was just like a really fun house show.
Yeah. I was catching up on CMLL and I wanted to hype up Camelot versus Alexius. The opener from April 18th. Both young wrestlers, both kind of like, I think the Lucha Blog would call them like Olympic style wrestlers. They do a lot of grappling in this. It's a little too loose and a little too slow, but it's really fucking fun and it's really cool to see people doing stuff that is different than what everyone else is doing. A lot of fun like backflips in the, go behinds, a lot of fun takedowns and really fun grappling. I've liked everything I've seen from both those guys. They both fuck stuff up a lot, but the stuff they hits looks really good. So I mean, young luchador, you just have to hope that eventually it gets cleaned up.
I think if Alexius is a guy that if he's worked one Lucha Meme show, one of the Virtus shows. If he was working in Coacalco regularly, he would definitely start getting like a hive of people being like, oh, he's the next guy in CMLL, that he's the next like cult favorite.
He doesn't have a cage match, so I can't easily click here, but he also feels like he doesn't get enough work. For being in a company that runs, 7 shows a week or whatever. I don't think he's getting the reps that you would hope he would get, but we shall see. I watched a smattering of GCW stuff. I was praising Meltzer earlier, so I want to let him know. No, Brody Lee looked like he was a fucking little kid. It looked like Joey Janela wrestled a little kid for 30 minutes for some reason. I don't know what we're talking about. I mean, I sped through a lot of this, but I just kept going, what are we talking about? I don't watch NXT, so maybe he does look better than NXT wrestlers, but that's fucking sad. And it's also like a heated blood feud. Like, I mean, like he's making fun of his dead dad, and there's lots of like headlocks. I just don't understand that. It's like the guy's talking about your dead dad, punch him in the face. Nothing I saw. I haven't watched the match you talked about, the main event of the Despy show, and I wanted to watch Bloodsport. I haven't catch that out either, but nothing from Spring Break or Gringo Locos, World on Lucha is really worth mentioning. And I watched a little bit of Mania. Nothing stood out. I mean, I think it's funny if Brock Lesnar retired. That's all I got. All right. Does anyone else have any more wrestling they want to mention before we move on?
I just wanted to ask Chris, are you excited for the first LM52 show?
Absolutely.
Gonna go ahead and plug. There's been a lot of stuff going on since we last recorded. Koro came up with the match roundup. Porik had episode 2 of TLC of talking about TLC 1 to 4, featuring some people from this podcast. Orchid, how was that?
Fun. Yeah. Definitely an improvement over Late Night with the 2012 Royal Rumble. No offense to my favorite podcast in the world, but yeah,
I will
really
say,
enjoyed it.
I really
Can't wait for the next
enjoyed,
one.
but this is such a weird favorite part. My favorite part is where you guys make him seem like a fucking idiot for even mentioning Joey Mercury and having any idea who Joey Mercury is. He
I
talks
mean, I do
about,
know who Joey Mercury is. I just don't want to talk about Joey Mercury.
well, no, we talked about his face exploding in that TLC match, and you guys all acted like he was fucking nuts. And I'm like, that's funny. I like when we gaslight Porik.
It is fun.
Sam came out with 2CW doing the work. The Selena Street Shakedown. We'll have another one of those next week, I believe. I'm looking at it right now. I might just hit publish. That'd be funny.
Do it.
And then also I'll have a May 2026 streaming guide coming out at some point. All right, and let's get into the fucking big top, guys. This is what we're all here to talk about. 1 second. Number 100, Thomas Shire, 17 ballots, 686 points. Last year's rank, 370. High vote, Sam D, 19. Thoughts?
Evil was robbed.
No, I did want to mention quickly because Chris wasn't here. I think we did justice to all the work you put in. And I hope you feel that way.
Yeah, I'm glad that the post VP 100 episode will always be remembered for the cake controversy, which is all I want, is like nobody to talk about, like remember the list at all, and just think about some dumb bullshit that Tanner said.
Now, do you think next year you'll rank 100 cakes?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, next year is just the cake 100.
And then we'll have to get into whether or not ice cream cake's eligible, which it obviously isn't. But that's going to be a whole thing.
Yeah, it's gonna cause a lot of stress to everyone. But it's overall where my joy will be is ranking cakes instead of wrestler.
All right. That was a good big top. Let's get down to the fucking wacky line. This is a good one. Okay, our new system for the wacky line has a. I just figured out a flaw in it. We created a
Yeah.
wacky line. And we're
Yeah, you
shoving
have
our
to click through
questions.
to see. It doesn't show you who asked the question, which, to be honest, I like it better that way. The question should be divorced from people
Oh,
trying to get themselves over as personalities. Because when you know, like, Porik asks, you just know it's going to be some bullshit.
well, now this is fun because maybe I'll ask a shitty question and we'll blame Pork.
Oh, ooh,
I
I
like
like
that.
it.
Because I was about to say Orchid asked this, but Orchid didn't. Orchid forwarded it into the wacky line, which is now just for the elite people. But
Yeah,
hopefully we.
you all used the once we switched the question asking solely to Discord, or at least, for all I know, people have been asking questions to the X account for ages and just no one's ever looked. But people just very quickly turned that into a garbage dump that was impossible to scroll through on the fly. So we had to open a wacky line question just to forward the actual questions to a separate channel for easy reference.
So you guys could do whatever it is that you do in that other channel.
Yeah, so you guys continue, fucking shitting all over the BP updates channel with, talk about, I don't know, your family or things you enjoy in life or other dumb shit like that.
I will let you know the X has not received a DM in 81 weeks. So
Time to start sending some out.
we're
See
not,
who replies.
we're not getting questions there. First question for the pod. How much would produce have to pay you to jump ship?
Hmm. I heard that guy speak for the first time. There is no figure.
Okay, so are we agreed that he's just having like a prolonged Nadine style manic episode?
He just, instead of being, manic and poor, he's manic and rich.
Yeah, like once his tweets from Mania just kind of locked it in for me, like, oh, this guy is either he is either medically partying or he is just fucking like having a super prolonged like compulsive manic thing. Because the tweet about how the air conditioning in the stadium, he was like, there's this ominous hum that seems designed to put neurodivergent people like into a state of compliance.
It is great to just say the only evil thing the evil company didn't do. He also gave away.
I want to. Yeah, I want to at least like as a trans woman who met the artist that Nadine met before she went into her manic episode. I aim to say that I have a lot of empathy for what Nadine went through. That being said, are we sure that the orange produce guy is not just starting estrogen as well?
I mean,
because that changes things. That does change things a little bit.
Good question.
No, but he gave away his tickets
I think,
to.
Dan, you got to use the X account to ask the Orange Crush guy.
Well, I've been using it.
Trans woman.
I've been using it to ask.
He doesn't have to be trans to use estrogen. He could just be using estrogen.
I just love using
for
estrogen.
like aesthetic purposes.
Is that look maxing? I'm learning about things. What did the Discord teach me about this week? Jenna Ortega.
What did it teach you about Jenna Ortega?
What's the deal? What's the deal with Jenna Ortega's boyfriend?
I guess she's in her boyfriend. That's not what I was taught. I was taught she's in bad things but likes good things, and I guess that's notable.
Yeah, no, she will shout out like, cinephiliac classics. She'll shout out like I Am Cuba, blah blah blah, and then she'll star in like some movie where she and Paul Rudd are like, like they meet a talking cookie or something.
Well, that sounds awesome, but oh no,
Yeah,
I wanted to make sure I said that Orange Crush gave away his Sunday tickets to a little kid, but like he just gave it away to the first guy that said my kid would love it, and those people were rich as shit. Like I went to that guy's Twitter account, and they're doing Cody Rhodes meet and greets. They're getting autographs from everybody. So I'm just like, you could have looked a little bit for like a family who maybe would have liked it a little better. I don't know. I guess it's still nice to give them away, but I just thought somebody that didn't already spend 10 grand that weekend.
It's a work, brother.
Yeah.
It's a work.
But yeah, to answer the question, I would jump ship for probably, I don't know, $120.
I'm going with him then. I'm married to Dan, career wise and legally. He just
Legally,
doesn't
I'll
know
just
it
pay
yet.
off my credit card, and yeah, I'll shit all over your podcast like I shit all over this one.
I gotta people know the mug money is not cutting it, especially since there's no longer any mugs. Um, Question for the pod: why does Paul Walter Hauser suck shit? See, that match just opened the door for that kind of bullshit.
Manders, god damn it. He needs to delete the Twitter account as well. He's got to stop it.
Oh my god, no, that's the most pro wrestling thing about him.
I think if he was a pro wrestler, he'd be doing it via like Instagram stories. I feel
Yeah.
like that's where a lot of them put their dumb shit now.
And what was great about Paul Walter Hauser's Instagram stories was that he was just like posting about vaccines and then 9/11 and then
Yeah,
the
it's
freaking
awesome.
Cheeto. And that was
he
perfect pro
became-
wrestler stuff.
He became like a fucking like 90s New York rapper who was into William Cooper, like reading Behold a Pale Horse.
I get all of that. Question for the podcast.
Look up William Cooper on Wikipedia. Look up the book Behold a Pale Horse. It's got a lot of information about how the world really works. All of it's true. All of it should inspire you to do something.
You got it. I will do whatever it is you ask.
Yeah, and speak very clearly into the mic about what it inspires you to do.
I mean, I'm reading this stuff. Seems he's just kind of saying normal stuff. This would not a single thing I've read so far would even slow me down on Necro's Twitter or Facebook.
Yeah.
This would be a light Tuesday.
I mean, that's the thing is what you get from a 2026 like Necro Butcher or Bull Payne Facebook feed is like it's all downstream of this guy getting sold in Barnes and Noble in 1991.
Question for the podcast: what happened on the wacky line? It's just for us now. Question for the podcast: this seems like really at Chris, least favorite Survivor player.
Jeff Probst technically partook in a challenge
Oh,
this week, so
Whoa.
my least favorite Survivor player is Jeff Probst, who should take a long, hard look in the mirror, is what I will say legally.
All right, I do gotta chime in before you do this because for some reason you're under the assumption that Chris is the only person who's watched Survivor. Meanwhile, I used to watch Survivor so much to the point I would put Survivor on and then watch so much of it that I'd stay awake until I had to work the next morning. So my girlfriend at the time was like, "You cannot watch Survivor after 9:00." My answer to this question is Cochran.
I'm gonna
Oh,
like
sorry, Chris.
I'm gonna really big dog you guys and be like Jeff Varner. Or who's the
The
one that was
woke answer.
who was touching everybody? I can't think of that guy's name.
Dan something. Dan
Oh,
Rice.
fuck. Yeah, that's probably what it was.
Rice.
Damn it. I walked right
Dan
into that
Rice.
one, outing a fellow Dan.
But yeah, I mean that guy fucking sucks. Everyone who is on Survivor Thailand, like everyone who is on Survivor One World except Kim Spradlin, who just destroyed all of them. Like all of those fucking bozos. Like two like peak seasons of like, oh god, I hate everyone on the season. Like no one is even like a terrible person in a fun way. But I mean, the answer is now Jeff Probst because he ruined the game.
I will say I never thought this season got good. I think a couple fans were trying to convince themselves that there were like 2 episodes that were good in a row. It's been dog shit this whole season.
I mean, that's correct, but also like it could have been good or it could have been better if it wasn't doing fucking blood moon twist, fucking twist where, oh, you lost this individual journey challenge and now you have to vote for yourself, even though since season 1 it has been in the rules that you cannot vote for yourself. Fuck you, Jeff Probst.
Next question. Q for the P. Why don't they make the whole indies out of unsigned and don't care?
That's a bold question.
Now, here's the thing. I love unsigned and don't care. I'm a noted Aaron Williams guy. I think it's very funny to take your fucking indie from St. Louis, go all the way to Las Vegas, and fucking main event with Aaron Williams and Kerry J against Mander and Thomas Shire and be like, I don't know why we didn't draw. What the fuck? And I also think he ran against, like, I can't remember, CMLL and WrestleCon, something insane. I don't want to look that back up, but that whole thing's funny. Q for the P. Anyone else just find out they're Eskimo brothers with Bill Simmons?
Can I get a little context for this one?
I'm way behind on podcasts, so I couldn't even tell you.
I think I got it. Okay, from
what
the
is
Bill
it?
Simmons Reddit.
Yep.
Okay,
This is what
I'll read it. Speechless right now. I turned 50 this year. My wife decided that tonight she was going to tell me something that would change my life. She picked today because, well, I don't know. She just looked me dead in the eye and said, for the last 18 years of knowing you, I have had to listen to Bill Simmons pods pretending like I had no idea who he was in the beginning, then just getting used to it and laughing, playing along. Bill Simmons is your Eskimo brother. I looked over and said what she said. He is your Eskimo brother. I said, I thought you said that. College hookup. I said, you never told me that. She said, you never asked. I mean, you knew we were both in grad school in Boston at the same time. I took a gummy and came to Reddit.
That's fucking amazing.
And I did say in response to this, I am not Eskimo brothers with Bill Simmons, but my wife has fucked cousin Sal. My wife, who is real, has fucked
real.
cousin Sal, Chuck Klosterman.
I mean, you knew we were both in grad school in Boston at the same time. You know who Bill Simmons is, big fucking Bill Simmons. And you knew I was in Boston.
The
You
real
should
Big
have asked.
Bill.
You should have asked. That's fucking amazing. I have to catch up on.
I just
Bill
think it's
Simmons
crazy that
podcast?
Chris is. I just think it's crazy Chris is married to Bill Barnwell. That's news to me.
Yeah. Even though Bill Barnwell has me blocked on multiple accounts.
What'd you do to Bill Barnwell?
He said something about the Lions on Thanksgiving, and I told him to stuff his own asshole.
Oh, my angel.
I also need to catch up on the Bill Simmons Reddit podcast because I bet this was fucking huge. Oh, I'm somehow out of wacky line. Here we go. Question for the podcast: when was the last time, if ever, you wore a tux?
I don't think I've ever worn a formal tuxedo.
Like an actual tux, we're probably looking at. I think my buddy got married it's like 5 years ago. Maybe more. I don't know how time works. But no, I'm not wearing tuxes regularly.
Yeah, I mean, I've worn suits on many occasions, but like an actual formal tux, it was probably junior year prom.
Question for the podcast: what's your favorite fictional weapon?
I don't know. The fucking ultimate nullifier.
I also don't know.
I mean, lightsabers are cool.
You guys remember in Infinity War, the comic, not the movie, where Quasar had to use the ultimate nullifier and he accidentally thought of himself while using it, so he just nullified himself out of existence?
Yeah, that's awesome.
You guys remember Quasar?
Real comic bullshit. These MCU fans will never understand.
They are deprived of the adventures of Wendell Elvis Vaughn, the Cosmic Protector.
Would a proton pack count as a fictional weapon?
Yeah, I would say.
All right, I'll say that then.
But here's a question: would trapping the ghosts count as extraordinary rendition?
Question for the pod: which two wrestlers would have the best loser leaves town tuxedo? Go, they wear a tux. Coal miner's glove on a pole cage match in 2026. Mad Dog and Paul Walter Hauser.
See, I'm gonna go. We're thinking along similar lines, but not exactly. I'm saying Schlack and Ricky Shane Page,
Shit.
because imagining either of them trying to get into, let alone out of, a tuxedo is very, very fun.
Oh, Schlack in a tuxedo.
Like Schlack wearing a shirt at all, it seems like he just can't.
I mean, you cannot get him a tux off the rack even a little bit.
Yeah,
It's
he
not-
tries to do one button, and it, like, before he even like tries, like, once it touches the buttonhole, it just snaps.
I mean, and we're also doing, like, what was it, a coal miner's glove on a pole thing? Like, imagine him trying to climb and reach for that glove while, wearing like normal human being clothes. It'd be like when you, like, fucking like tie a sock around a kitten.
I sent
But
you
you
guys.
also don't
It
do
would
that
be
because
like
it's very
that.
mean.
I sent you guys a picture of Ricky Shane Page at the tux, and I have to tell you, I'm gonna read you the 2 Facebook comments this picture has. Someone says, "Looking good, Ricky." Someone else says, "How you lose so much weight? Last time I saw you was on MLW, and that is the biggest I seen you."
I mean, I guess Black is slimming, but if you are just like actually looking at the picture, he has not lost that weight.
I think I'm gonna go with Slade and Tam Nakano.
Tam.
Did you give your 2, Chris? This feels important.
It does.
Dan Chocodino and Sam Stackhouse.
Oh, you're not putting
Ooh.
Macaro in a tuxedo?
Oh man, I want Sam Stackhouse's shitty body in a tux so bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, man.
Macaro in a tuxedo. That's maybe in my second dream match, but I gotta have Sam Stackhouse here.
Anytime
I
you
feel
get
like
Sam
it'd be like cutting Samson's hair. Like, you put him in a tuxedo and he just like loses his powers.
I do wish Necro and Macaro was a ball gown match. That would have been interesting.
I'd like to hear someone approach Necro with that idea.
I'll do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
The humiliation ritual match in Zona 23.
Oh shit!
I'll add him on.
The Knicks took the lead, guys. Question for the podcast: what coffee is the Lance Archer of coffee?
So Lance Archer, someone who you're not necessarily excited to see when he's around. You're just like, oh, kind of whatever. And then you see him work and you're just like, all right, I can kind of get into this. Like, that's a solid, like, Brazilian roast, like a Brazilian washed process roast. Medium, just like kind of just like a line drive single down the line. You're not going to remember it years down the line. but it came and it did its job.
So I Googled coffee flavor for people who have tramp stamps. And as expected, it's not very helpful. But there is an article from USPS.com that says, "Coffee, anyone? Espresso drinks forever stamps now on sale." So I'll say espresso.
Lance Archer, that's that him espresso.
The problem
I
with
mean, you can just picture him on the beach with Sabrina Carpenter.
it's probably like ammo fruit punch flavor.
Yeah,
If I was gonna guess,
I'm working late
I
because
was gonna say
I'm a
old.
wrestler.
I was gonna say older wine.
I'm gonna be a little useless. Not more than usual. Question for the pod: favorite Project Pat song? I don't.
All right, so I'm going to help Dan out here. We're going to Google Project Pat song for people who have tramp stamps.
Thank you. Also,
Again, the
I
Google
shouldn't have let
results
Ollie
not
design that
helpful.
one either.
Okay, here we go. The first one we got Project Pat, Life We Live.
That's
a
my
good song.
favorite. That's my favorite.
I'll go with Chicken Head.
Chicken Head's a good answer. Choices, another good answer.
Question for the Pat: was there ever a time in your life where you dressed like Project Pat?
No, not really.
Next one is question for the project. Was there ever a time in your life where you dressed like Pat Project? There we go. I got it.
This is where I'm just kind of like, all right,
Okay.
did you really need to ask that question?
And honestly, I think the better way to ask would be question for the project. Was there ever a time in your life where you dressed like Pat?
That's good.
If you're
That's
gonna do it, I
fucking
think
good.
that's what you do. Project for the Pat, make up lyrics for a version of a Project Pat song that I can sing along to.
Go
Uh,
fuck yourself.
Question for the pod: which Arthurian legend would make the best pro wrestler?
I'm thinking about this for a second because I'm trying to remember who.
Lancelot.
Like, I want
That's all I
to I
got.
want to turn Lady in the Lake into a Money in the Bank thing.
Is this a reference to Excalibur? Like, what are we doing here? I sometimes don't know what's happening in the Discord.
Wait, Lady in the Lake, the TV show or book?
No, the fucking lady who had the sword, Nimue or whatever her
Got it.
name was.
Okay.
Question for the
We were talking-
podcast: which Simpsons bit is better, steamed hams or the Planet of the Apes musical? That feels like a clear steamed hams.
No, it's definitely the Planet of the Apes musical.
I don't watch nearly as much Simpsons as my esteemed hosts do, but the Planet of the Apes musical is something that continues to crack me up at this point in my life.
I love them. I can't choose. That's cutting the baby in half for me.
No, you have to cut the baby in half. You don't have a choice.
No, the baby's going to live whether it wants to or not.
That baby's going to kill you.
I'll fucking kill that baby first. But yeah, no, it depends on the day because those are both. Cause I think if you put a gun to my head, I would probably say steamed hams.
I'm putting a gun to your head. You said steamed hams.
Yeah, but if you ask me again tomorrow, I might be like, it's got to be Planet of the Apes.
I just love the Dr. Zaius Rock Me Amadeus song.
It's very
That's
good.
one of the fucking funniest things ever. He's breakdancing.
That's one
Yeah,
of
the
those things.
breakdancing is really good.
I was familiar with that before I was familiar with Planet of the Apes. Like I remember watching it as a little kid, and be like, this is great. I don't understand it all, but this is great.
I encourage people to send in more Simpsons, like more questions that just let me think about Simpsons episodes from 35 years ago. I'm much happier to get those than just about anything else people send in.
Question for the podcast: what wrestler has the best first match?
Best first match.
My first two thoughts are Jun Akiyama or Floyd Mayweather. but I don't know if like celebrities count.
Floyd Mayweather is tough to beat
Yeah.
because I was thinking Johnny Knoxville.
Well, someone said that, and someone pointed out he was in the Rumble first.
Oh yeah, well, that was the best Rumble.
Was it the
And the
2012?
Rumble, I don't think it was.
That's
Does
the
the
best
Rumble
Rumble.
count? The Rumble does count as a match. That's how
Yeah, I mean it's in cage match.
Mm.
We have to obey Striga.
I then would probably. I mean, the runner-up for me is Bad Bunny. I really enjoyed the fuck out of that match. I think I'm probably gonna go at
Nick's
Aaron
lose.
Wolf.
Suck it, Sam.
I'm gonna go Aaron Wolf.
I almost said, "Who the fuck is Aaron Wolf?"
I almost did too, to be honest. I almost said Aaron Paul. I've had Breaking Bad on the brain.
Yeah, bitch. Strong style.
Wow, you sound so
honestly-
much like him. I haven't even noticed that.
No.
until right now.
I can't think of. I'm just gonna say Yuki Kamifuku.
I wanted to confirm this is true. We bring up Bad Bunny. You know his first match is not the Damian Priest match.
No, I did not know that. What would be his
It
first
was the
singles
tag match from Mania. It was him and Damian Priest versus Miz and Morrison.
Oh, I mean, that probably clears the Damian Priest match by a fucking mile.
Okay. Chris, you got a shout?
Not a serious answer.
Okay. This question was for Tanner, but they wanted to know his favorite All Japan guys. I want to know everyone else's answer.
Zeus and the Bodyguard.
Okay.
I mean, how is it anyone else?
Orchid?
I do think that Tanner's answer is probably my true answer, but I'm gonna go with the Gladiator.
Oh, the Gladiator's a good shout. Chris?
Jumbo.
Okay. My actual answer is probably Jun Akiyama. But me and Steph made a very stupid bet, and I think Kobashi has a chance of doing well in the GW, so I'm going to put him number 1 on my list and not.
I
put
don't think
Miron at all.
anyone's gonna vote for Kenta Kobashi.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
You don't think it's a
No one's
popular
ever
target?
heard of that
I
fucking
don't.
guy.
He's not even touching that.
I
100.
I know some pretty obscure guys. Question for the podcast: what's your favorite cheating heel tactics? Mine is when they pull someone off the apron right as the hot tag is about to happen. I really like that question. Who is that? Oh, Eamon, good question. I don't have an answer. I just like that question.
I'm gonna say specifically China low blowing people in like 1997 because they built it up, they built it off, and then when Stone Cold finally gave her a stunner, you would think like that was a bigger crowd reaction than like WrestleMania got.
Does all the Eddie stuff count? Because that's almost like babyface cheating.
Oh, I do love hitting someone with the weapon and then tossing it to their opponent when the ref gets up from like either being distracted or his bump and he sees the baby face with the weapon and
That's
the
just
and the
classic
heel is
Big
acting
Brother stuff.
like that's good shit. I love that shit.
I also love when the heel, like the referee gets up and the heel like grabs their own crotch and like, fucking does a back bump being like, oh my God, they fouled me.
Orchid, do you have any favorite heel cheating tactics?
This is kind of a callback to the episode with Colette. I think anything that sort of makes the referee look like a fucking idiot is a good one. Like anything that's like kind of like, twin magic, right? Like that was one that Colette kind of called to. I don't necessarily know if I'd call that one of my favorite ones, but I did thoroughly enjoy it with Doink when I was a kid. So yeah, I mean basically anything that makes the ref look like a fool is thoroughly enjoyable to me. Unless it's in AEW. If it's in AEW, then I don't know. Something about that kind of shit in AEW just doesn't really do it for me the same way.
All right. Question for the pod: which cake would be Gorbachev's favorite?
New Orleans King Kick.
It's a pretty good answer.
Gorbachev and Trent Reznor, they both love him.
I'm gonna say ice cream cake.
Oh, we're getting into that shit again. That's what, we've been having this fight since the 80s.
Strawberry shortcake.
Orca, did you give a cake?
I like Pat's answer. Alternatively, I'll say an Entenmann's crumble donut.
Okay, so Intamin donuts, they're like always buy one get one free, like the cases. I would say
I haven't seen one in so long.
at my Kroger, I would say 65 to 70% of the time they buy one get one free, which makes it impossible for me to buy them when they're full price. I think this marketing has backfired. I wanted donuts
So
today,
is it-
but I can't buy them unless they're buy one get one free.
But why don't you just you still can buy them?
No,
Like,
I
you don't
feel
have
like
to-
I'm losing out because I know I'm like if I just wait a week, I got a good shot. And honestly, I
a
don't
good shot at what paying the exact same price for the donuts
for
again.
double the amount of donuts.
Oh, okay.
Listen,
But wait, didn't you did you just say they're always on sale?
No. I say they're
I'm lost
almost
on this.
always on sale. So when they're not on sale, I find them impossible to buy. It feels like I'm being upcharged, and I get upset. And that happened to me today at the store, and I just want you guys to know.
So you're just upset about your donut attempt today.
I
This
have no
isn't-
donuts in my house right now. 0.
I'm
Oh.
sorry.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Great for Dan.
Question for the podcast: who on the MLW roster would you draft for your respective NFK team, and what position would you play? I'm gonna guess that's NFT because those are supposed.
No, it's
no, I know.
it's some new fucking promotion.
Oh, okay.
I did not read any of the details about it, other than I guess the Glasgow Hitmen are like the Bret Harts or something.
What?
But yeah,
I didn't
I don't
read
know.
it either.
I'd probably draft Bishop Dyer for playing football.
I fucking tell you this, I wouldn't have fucking taken David Bailey.
Oh, take that.
Fucking dumbasses.
This is a question just for Orchid. Did you ever go to the pie shop while living in DC? I love that place. Is this where they're eating babies in the basement?
No, that would have been Comet Pizza.
Oh, okay.
Which
I'm
I've been
just
to
checking.
that.
I'm just checking.
Yeah. I've been to that place pretty regularly as
Okay.
well. Not for the babies, more for the ping pong. Yeah, I've done the pie shop a few times. I'm terrified that this is the last question on here, even though I was the one who just forwarded it. I just don't want to leave Isabel hanging, especially with a DMV related question. I am not a pie person, just definitively not a pie person. But I have been to the pie shop. Love their sweet potato pie. And I hope me saying that I'm not a pie person doesn't do to our community what Tanner's ice cream. Oh, people like me more than they like Tanner.
Oh,
I'm in good shape. Never mind.
yeah, I'd say so.
I'm fine. Never mind.
So is ice cream pie a pie though?
Is there a crust? in
Yeah,
an ice cream pie?
yeah.
I feel like I'm more forgiving in that
It's
situation.
like a cookie. The times I've seen it's almost like a cookie crust. It's like you
Yeah.
have like a thin cookie kind of shaped up into the crust.
I think it would be a pie then. If there's a crust, I think that's the important component. The same way for a cake, the important component from my viewpoint is that it's baked. So I think I'd count that as a pie.
Okay, but the real question is ice cream lasagna pasta.
Is pasta ice cream? I don't know why you said I'm not a pie person, and for some reason my follow up was, "What's the best pie place in Austin?" Like you don't know. You're not a pie guy.
I've
You're not a
no
pie
clue.
person.
My wife probably knows. I can
Can
get
you
back
ask
to you
her?
next week. My wife. Yeah. Do you want me to ask her right now?
I mean,
the pod's almost over.
You could get back with me.
Okay, I'll get back with you.
My whole family's
Big top
staying in
next week.
my whole family's staying in your guest bedroom in 2.5 months. So
I'm not letting Tanner in my house.
You could just
Tanner's not in my house.
Tanner is part of my family, and you have to respect that.
I don't.
Damn
I don't.
it. Damn it. You guys got anything else you want to talk about on this thing?
I don't know, man. I'm wrestlinged out, and all I watched was 3 matches.
Can't wait till next week.